Good morning, yogis. I'm Francia Groman, and today I'm going to be leading you through an all-level Vinyasa class. So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you can try this practice. It's really accessible for your body, and I'll be supplying you guys with a lot of modifications as well. So if you find yourself unable to get into a specific posture, hopefully I'll be able to read that a little bit and let you know what kind of modifications you can try. So let's go ahead and begin. Come to a nice comfortable seated position in Sukhasana, so just basically cross-legged pose. Take a deep inhale breath and a slow exhale. And let your hands relax and rest anywhere on your body that feels comfortable for you. And then just take a moment to arrive. Arrive onto your mat. Feel the sensations within the body. And notice if your mind is kind of racing around a little bit right now. Notice if there's a lot of mental formations and thoughts swirling around in your mind. Don't judge. Don't try to analyze. Just become aware. And before we begin our practice, we're going to bring the palms together at the center of the heart. And we'll chant one sound of Om just to initiate the sacred space of our practice. So exhale the breath away and inhale for Om. Just a few moments here to allow your body, your awareness, your spirit to linger in the vibrations of the sounds created. Slowly, with the next exhale, let's tilt the chin down towards the chest. Blink the eyes open, awareness back into this space. And then inhale, lift the chin and lift the arms all the way up, extending, finding a full stretch. If this is uncomfortable, you can separate your arms, but you can also keep them together and maybe gaze up towards your thumbs. Draw in through your navel so you're not leaning back in any way. Feel your chest press forward. And exhale, release the arms down to the sides. Plant the fingertips on the floor. We're going to bring one arm up. Doesn't matter which one. You just do whatever feels good for you. As we lean over to the side, we're going to rotate the body and look up towards the extended arm. You can keep the bottom arm, the supporting arm, either down, fingertips down, or maybe bring the elbow towards the floor. Couple breaths here. And exhale, slowly coming back through to center. Release that hand down, and we'll do the other side. So other arm extends up, reaching up, and then just lean your body to the right, and then again, rotate the torso. As you open up your chest, gazing up towards the ceiling. And then the supportive arm can stay on the fingertips, or if you'd like, you can bring the elbow down. Be mindful of your hip to keep both hips down on the floor. Breathe here. And slowly exhale, coming back through to center. Release fingertips to the mat. Roll the shoulders back. If you want to press your hands down onto the mat, you can lift your chest up. Maybe come onto the shins. You can also keep your butt on the floor if that's more comfortable. You can keep your head forward or let it drop back. Breathe. And exhale, come to center. Slowly bringing your weight forward. You can keep your hands behind you, or if it's accessible, hands in front, elbows down towards the earth. And we're not going to go all the way down, not just yet. So just take a moment. Draw in through the navel, lengthen the spine. Your gaze can be forward, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. And then slowly press up, palms flat. Walk the hands in. Good job. Okay, we're going to go for a nice twist. So we're going to take this front foot that's in front and we're going to take it up into the crease of the hip. Now if you try this and it bothers your knees, just keep the foot as it was before. Then we're gonna take the left hand to the right knee. So right foot to the crease of the hip, left hand to right knee, right hand around. So you're turning away from your foot that you've elevated. Looking behind you towards your back shoulder, belly's drawn in tight. And then exhale, take that arm around and see if maybe you can grab that toe. Remember, we're still kind of warming up here, so there's no rush to find anything. Just do what your body allows. Feel the rotation in your torso. Keep your spine nice and straight. Deep breathing. And slowly coming back through to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to release that top foot down. Bring it into the body, and then the other foot's going to be in front. We're going to repeat that whole sequence we just did, but with the other foot in front. So hands on other sides. Inhale, draw everything up. Feel extension in your body. Again, arms can be separated, or you can look up and bring the palms together. Just feel tall as you lengthen through the fingertips. Draw in through the navel. Make sure that you don't feel strain in your neck. Ground your sit bones and your feet and knees to the earth. And exhale, slowly let the arms come down to the sides. Okay, so now let's go for our side bends. Left arm moves up. And take your nice extension up and over. Keeping that left hip grounded. Open the chest. If you like, you can slide that elbow down again. Notice how it feels as the other leg is in front. See if there's any changes at all. And inhale, come back to center. Fingertips on the mat, right arm extends up. Exhale, lean to the left. Draw the elbow down if it's accessible. Open the chest, looking up. If this bothers your neck at all, you can also look forward or even down towards your left hand. It's up to you, but you want to make sure that you're opening and extending as much as you can. And exhale, coming back to center. All right, hands behind, fingertips pointing forward towards the front of your mat, palms down. Inhale, lift the chest. And again, you want to press the hips up, lift up through the rib cage, and then let your head drop back if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, just keep the gaze forward. I love dropping my head back, so I'm just going to hold it there. Strong arms, squeeze through your glutes, and exhale, lower down. Okay, coming for our forward fold. So again, we're not going to go too deep. We're only warming up the body here. So hands in front, but if it bothers you, you can also keep your hands behind you and pull yourself forward. Draw in through the belly, draw in through the core. Hands forward, reach forward as much as you can, and then maybe the elbows can come to the earth. Roll the shoulders back and down. Notice if you're putting more weight on the left side versus the right side or vice versa. So just kind of keep your weight equal, both sides of the body. Breathe easy, let the breath just move through the body. And inhale slowly, palms press into the mat or into the floor, and walk them back towards the mat. Okay, now we're going to take that front foot again, close the knee joint, lift up the whole shin, place the foot at the crease of the right hip. You can kind of adjust yourself here. Going for a twist, right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Keep your spine straight, try not to hunch around. Everything nice and tall, and look over your back left shoulder. If you like, you can take that left hand, reach it around, and perhaps it's possible you might find your foot. You might not, so it's okay. Either way is just right for you. Remember, this is your practice. Deep breath, inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. One more, inhale deeply. Exhale completely and slowly coming back through the center. Great job. All right, we're gonna release the legs, extend them forward, just give them a little bit of a break. Kind of just move your legs around a little bit, toes point and flex. So we're gonna start with Dandasana position. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. Once you come into Dandasana position, you want to make sure you're sitting on your sit bone. So that's kind of the bony protrusions right under your butt. You don't want to be tucked under like this. So up and tall. Imagine you're leaning against a wall. So you want to press down through the calves of your feet. So perhaps your heels kind of come up a little bit off the floor. It's okay if they don't again, just moving to that direction. So in Dandasana, or staff pose, you want to bring your hands on either sides of your hips so that it can give you support as you lift up through the chest, and then the chin is slightly down and your gaze is at the tip of your nose. So that's your drishti, your point of focus. Draw the thighs in towards each other, and again, flex your feet back like you're trying to stand on that wall in front of you. Draw in through the navel, lift up through the rib cage, shoulders back and down. Little elbow bend is okay. See if you can straighten your arms and press into your hands. One more breath, inhale. Hold, I know it's hard, exhale. And then we're gonna go into Paschimottanasana. So with the next breath, we're gonna lean forward. The heels will probably come down. What you wanna try to avoid is rounding forward. So you wanna kind of keep your chest elevated and maybe start to walk your hands towards your calves, your ankles, your shins, or your feet. So if possible, maybe you can grab your hold of the soles of your feet or your heels, or maybe your ankles. Also, you can try grabbing the toes. If you have props at home, you can use this also with a strap. So if you're really tight hamstrings, using a strap will give you something to connect to. But I like to kind of cue it without the use of blocks or straps, because we want to use our bodies to really create that sense of lift and to really find our deepest stretch without having to use any props. Not that props aren't bad, it's just, it's good to not have them sometimes. And then slowly as you exhale, see if you can fold any deeper. Maybe the elbows come down towards the earth, reaching the top of the head towards the toes. Try to lengthen through your body. A little roundness is fine, but remember, you're not trying to pull away from your legs. You're trying to come forward and down the best you can. Maybe you can reach around, grab your heels. One more breath. Inhale, belly in tight. Exhale, fold deep. And inhale, slowly come up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Okay, crossing the feet. We're gonna bring the feet underneath the body. Hands in front. Use your core. Pull yourself up and walk your feet back to come to tabletop position. So I'm going to go ahead and tie my hair here now. Once you're in a tabletop position, you want to make sure the knees are directly underneath the hips and that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked in one line. And that's really important for a sense of balance and purpose, especially as we move into our practice. So, finding ourselves here, belly's drawn in, shoulders engaged. We're going to go ahead and round into cat by tucking the tailbone under, tucking the chin to the chest, shoulders fan away from each other, press the floor, press the fingers and the tops of the feet into the floor. And then inhale, reverse that motion, now coming into cow. So the tailbone tilts up, the chest moves forward, the shoulders roll back, the chin comes forward, or you can gaze up towards the ceiling. Again, if this bothers your neck, gazing forward is just fine. And then move through that one more time. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. The whole breath moves you into the posture. And finally coming back to flat back. I'm just going to add a little bit of extra movement here. So this is kind of like your free-for-all yoga. I like to go into circles, but you can do half circles. You can move in both directions. You can just kind of sway the hips side to side. You can move forward and back and just kind of feel the flexibility of your spine. Just really start to move however feels good for you. Remember, this is your practice. Make it your own. Let the head hang, dangle. Okay, now we're going to move into a little bit of strengthening. So we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to press into the mat. Firm, strong fingers, strong knuckles. Strong shoulders, biceps, and triceps. Lift the knees off the floor and hold. 5. Just a few inches off the floor, not too much. 4. Shoulders engaged, you can do it. 3. Gaze down towards your thumbs or your fingers. 2. Belly in tight, don't give up. And 1. Press up, downward facing dog. So you should be in the right position. That there's no need for you to adjust your feet here. When you look at your feet, they're about hip width apart. They're a comfortable distance apart. Draw the thighs in towards each other. Strong fingers, strong shoulders. Belly pulls in tight. You feel the length from your fingertips to your tailbone and from your tailbone to your heels. One more breath. And with the next exhale, look forward. We're gonna tiptoe our feet. Keep your palms flat on the floor. Slowly tiptoe your feet. Do the best you can. If you gotta bend your knees, that's okay. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe until your feet are all the way between your hands. Coming into Uttanasana, let the head relax. Forward fold. If you need to bend your knees here to get your palms flat, do so. And slowly start to engage into the thighs until your legs come straight, straight, straight. And you can roll the way forward to the balls of your feet as your head totally dangles. Now inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting halfway, creating a sense of space from the tailbone to the top of your head. Hold here. Your gaze is down at the edge of your mat where it meets the floor. Shoulders rolling back, belly's in tight. Exhale, fold one more time. Release it, surrender. Now bend your knees, and ragdoll your arms, and slowly, gently come up to standing. Once you're up in your standing posture, release the shoulders back, palms face forward. Find your mountain pose. Breathe here. Nice inhale. Slow exhale. We're going to start our first vinyasa sequence. So inhale, draw the arms up. Palms up, look up, ground the feet firm into the floor. As you exhale, see if you can fold backwards. Now this doesn't have to be your deepest back bend ever. It could just be an extension from the heels to the fingertips. Open through your chest. Keep your weight grounded in the front and back of your feet. So heels and balls of your feet are grounded. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, coming back through the center. Bring the hands to prayer for a moment, just softly here. And then slowly soften the knees, fold forward again. Uttanasana. Notice here how the body just goes from that deep back bend to a deep forward bend, protecting our spine with our abdominal muscles. Inhale, lift halfway up. Now, exhale, bend your knees. We're gonna plant your hands on the floor, so they have to be flat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Then we're gonna step one foot back, then the other. This brings us into our high plank. So high plank is a difficult posture, especially if you're used to kind of bringing the butt up in the air. Stay forward, strong shoulders. You're on the tips of your toes. Belly draws in tight, squeeze the glutes. Hold, 3, you can do it. 2, almost there. And 1, knees come down to the floor. We're gonna lower the chest to the mat. Hug the rib cage with your elbows as you lower your chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, slowly roll forward, coming into cobra, using your back muscles, a little bit of pressure into the hands. And exhale, release. Roll back over the knees, press up, downward facing dog. Here you might need to walk in or adjust a little bit. We're going to add some movement to the downward facing dog, so you can start to maybe pedal out the legs, sway the hips, move a little bit into the shoulders. I love to practice a lot of movement in my yoga because it gives me the opportunity to really feel my body as it's working. Nice deep inhale, slow gentle exhale. Okay, we're gonna look forward between the hands. We're gonna take that right foot up into the air. Keep your gaze forward, but keep pressing your chest towards your thighs. So don't tuck under like this. Keep the gaze forward, everything lifted. One line, fingertips to right toe. Exhale, come forward to high plank and take right knee into the nose, squeeze, and press it back. This time, gaze towards the left toes. Deep extension. Now draw into the navel, lift high on the left toes, right foot steps forward, right between the hands. Now if you tried that and the foot didn't come forward, it stopped somewhere around here, grab it with your right hand and step it all the way up to the top of your mat. So now both hands are on either side of the right foot, bend into that right knee so it's a 90-degree angle, left toes are on the floor. We're gonna come up into our lunge. So you can use your leg, bring your weight to your hands to your thigh, slowly lift up, draw into the navel, lift up through the rib cage, arms extend up, hold here, 5. Strong core, 4. Reach the fingertips, gazes forward, 3. Shoulders down and back, 2, almost there, breathe. And 1, release. Hands to the floor for a moment. Take a breath. Bring the left knee down, point the toes behind you. We're gonna try that again. This time's a lot easier. Inhale, come up. Find your sense of balance. Press the hips forward and down. Lift up through the rib cage. We're gonna add a rotation. So, right foot is forward. We're gonna take right arm behind us, left arm forward. Rotate the body. Gaze behind you towards right thumb. Find your sense of stillness as you press the left hip forward. Exhale, come back to center. I know you're tired. Slowly bring the hands down to the floor. Good. Tuck left toe under, straighten left leg. Take a moment to straighten both legs now in a wide pyramid. Breathe here. If your palms don't stay flat on the floor, you're welcome to come to your fingertips for this one. Avoid opening the left hip. Rotate left hip down. And again, try to press the right toes to the mat. Fingers flat on the mat. Hips are square. Slowly bring the weight forward, left knee down, right foot back. Before we do the other side, we're gonna come into tabletop one more time. Square off the shoulders, square off the hips, lift right leg, lift left arm. Reach in opposite direction, stretch. Nice deep inhale, slow exhale, don't sink into your right shoulder. Take left arm around, see if you can find pinky toe side of right foot. Once you have it, kick up, lift the chest, find balance. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pointing through your toe. And slowly release. Extend the whole way. Bring elbow to knee or forehead to knee. Extend out again. Forehead to knee one more time. And extend out again. Good. And this time release. Let's do the other side. Left leg, right arm. Reach in and pull it. Both directions, pulling and extending as far as you can go. Keep pressing strong through the left arm. Lengthen out. Good. And then bend through the left knee, reach around. Again, try to find the pinky toe side of the foot if possible. Press into the left arm, kick up, chin up, find balance. Hold here and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Wherever you are, it's perfect. Find your happy place and slowly release. Extend everything out. Forehead to knee or elbow to knee. Squeeze. Extend it out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend it out. And coming to center. Good job. Tuck toes under. Knees up. Press back. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out here for a few moments. We're going to move into our lunges on the other side. So that means that the right foot has to step forward. So looking forward between the hands, taking the right leg up towards the ceiling, finding length and extension through the body. And when you're ready, taking all that weight forward, bringing right knee in towards the forehead, and pressing back again. Good job. This time gaze towards the toes. All right, on the next exhale, we're going to step all the way through. Plant the foot right between the hands. Hands on either side. Fingers and palms on either side of your foot. So we're going to stay with the lifted position first. So hands on the thigh. Slowly come up. Find your sense of balance. Ground the right foot firm into the floor. And inhale, arms extended. Holding it here. 5. Lift the rib cage. 4. Gazes forward and strong. 3. If you're shaking a little bit, that's okay. Stay with it. 2. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Hands come down. Good job. Left knee comes to the floor. Release the toe. And then inhale, come up. Find your balance. Arms extend up. A little easier to do after that one, but still difficult. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can keep pressing hips forward and down. Reach up through fingertips. Now we're going to go for a twist. So open out. Arms in opposite directions. Good. Gaze back towards the back hand. And exhale, windmill hands to the floor. Tuck left toe under, straighten right leg for a pyramid. Take a few breaths. Reach chin towards the shin. See if you can lengthen the spine. Left hip pulls forward, right hip pulls back. Okay. Next inhale breath. Bring the weight forward. Step the left foot forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Root your feet to rise up towards the ceiling. Palms come together to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so we're going to move on. Working on the left side lunges this time. Inhale, arms come up. Go into your back bend. Open the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging from the hips, coming down. Head towards the floor, relax. Inhale, lift up halfway. And this time with the exhale, we're going to step the right foot back. High plank. Take a moment. Into your lunge pose. Hold here. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, come up. Find your posture. Lift up strong through the rib cage. 5. Stay firm. Right heel is right over the toe. 3. 1 more breath. 2. Inhale deeply. Keep that left knee bent. Exhale, fold. Good. Bringing right knee down. And again, release right toes. Inhale, come up. Finding your lunge now on this left side body. Deep inhale, slow exhale. And bringing your hands down. We're going to go for a rotation here in this knee bent with the left foot forward. Open your arms in opposite direction. Look behind you towards the left side. Breathe here. Good. And exhale, release. Go ahead and step your right toe under. Straighten the leg. Take a moment. Step your left foot back. Coming to high plank. Let's do a quick vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, looking forward. Exhale, downward facing. Adjust through your feet. Take a moment here before we continue. Breathing easy and steady. All right, so instead of doing the knees down and going into our balance, we're going to take weight to the left hand, right hand to the left knee, and turn your torso. Look out from underneath left elbow, or left shoulder, or left armpit. Belly's in tight. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, left hand, right ankle. Look out from underneath right armpit. Twist your body. You can bend into your left arm to create leverage and pull yourself through. Keep both heels grounded to the earth, chest towards the thighs. And exhale, coming back to center. Good. This time taking left leg up in the air, pointing through the toe, reaching and extending. Look forward. Keep everything lifting and reaching, fingertips to left toes this time. Pulling in tight through the belly. And then exhale forward, knee to nose. And bring it back. This time gaze towards your toes so your neck is in alignment. Good. Slowly slide that left leg all the way forward. Coming back into our high lunge. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. And slowly lowering the hands to the floor. Straighten the legs here for our pyramid. Belly's drawn in, right hip down, gaze towards the toes, or bring chin to shin. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Keep the hips square. Keep the extension, palms flat, or fingertips on the floor if you can't reach the palms. And slowly bend left knee, right knee comes down. Inhale, come up for our kneeling lunge. Again, pressing those hips forward and down. Now we're going to open out the other side. So right arm behind you, left arm forward. Look towards the right thumb. Keep pressing down into the left foot. Feeling your stretch there. And exhale. Both hands down. Right toe tucks under. Straighten the leg. Tiptoe or hop your right foot forward. Uttanasana. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, arms coming up. Root the feet. Lengthen up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we're gonna go into some balance poses next. Good job with those. Those are tough. So if you found yourself struggling to those, don't worry. You can come back and repeat this video at any time. So we're gonna go first with our tree pose. And there's different levels for tree. So we're gonna start with the left leg, rooted and grounded into the earth. That's your foundation, keep it strong. We're gonna lift the right knee off the floor so that it's parallel to the mat. Flex the right foot. This might be where you wanna stay today, where you wanna find balance. But if you wanted to go into tree, we're gonna try to open the knee out to the side. Now, if this is enough, you feel like you've worked and you can work hard on balancing here, stay here. Otherwise, bring left hand to the waist, right hand to the ankle, and bring the foot into the groin of the left leg, into the inside of the left leg. So if that's tough for you, if the foot doesn't stay, you can also have it down by your ankle or by your calf or all the way down by your ankle. So it's up to you where you want the foot to be. So once the foot is in place, both hands to the heart. Take a nice easy inhale. And as we exhale, let's raise the arms up, grow our tree. Good. And you can keep your gaze forward, or for a challenge, you can try looking up. Breathe. Exhale, release the hands behind. Keep steadiness into that left leg. Interlace your fingers and pull your arms back. Ground your hips forward. Slowly release. Release right leg, bring it down, shake out those legs. Woo! It's a lot of work. Okay, other side. Right foot grounded and rooted, right leg strong. Bring the left leg up. Hands into prayer. Find that sense of serenity and stillness that lives always within you. Sometimes it hides from us. See if you can locate it now. Staying here will work just as well, or right hand to the waist and opening that left knee out to the side, keeping the left hand in prayer. This is a great place to hang out. A lot of stuff happening here. Otherwise, bringing left hand to ankle, heel to the inside of the right thigh so that the heel is as close to the groin as possible. Again, you have the option to bring the foot down to the calf or the ankle. So when you're ready, palms come together, find your sense of stillness. Draw in through your navel, stay nice and tall. So if you feel like you're gonna fall out of your posture like I almost just did, all you gotta do is grow taller to keep your sense of balance. Now inhale, draw the arms up, grow your tree branches. Extend everything up. Now notice my drishti is in one spot. Keep your drishti in one spot. So you don't have to look at me, you can follow the directions verbally. Relax the shoulders back. And then exhale, release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. See if you can pull those arms straight, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Now from here, tilt the tailbone slightly, grow taller through the top of your head. And exhale, release. Release left leg, shake out the legs. Beautiful work. We're gonna come down to the mat next. So come back to the top of your mat for Utkatasana. Toes and heels come together, belly draws in. We're gonna sit the hips down. So you wanna push the hips back and down as you sit. Inhale, lift up through the arms. You can have your palms together. Palms apart makes it a little bit more accessible. Gazing towards the thumbs makes it a little harder. Gazing forward makes it a little easier. You decide where you want to be, but keep your body strong and firm. Exhale, forward fold. Relax, Uttanasana, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Separate your feet about hip width apart. We're gonna go for Padahastasana. So, also called gorilla pose. So you can take your right hand, lift your right foot, and we're gonna slide that whole hand underneath the foot so the toes are by the wrist or the crease of the hand. If that's not possible, you're just gonna go as far as you can possibly go. You can also keep your knees bent in this way. So once your feet are in location, roll the weight forward to the toes, and belly in. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold deeply. So you want to feel like you're kind of coming through your arms. If the knees are soft, no worries, keep them soft. And start to work on trying to lengthen the backs of your legs by reaching your tailbone up and forward. So more weight forward to the balls of your feet. It also feels good. It's a little massage for your wrists.
And then inhale, lift halfway. Release one hand, then the other. We're gonna go into a squat. So I'm gonna turn to face you, but you stay right where you are. All you're gonna do is separate your feet so that they're a little bit wider than your heels, and then come down, sit down into your squat. So in your squat position, you want your arms inside the legs, and you can have your palms into namaskar, prayer position. Shoulders relax. Deep inhale and slow exhale. Let the hips just sink down. If you find that this is difficult for your knees or it's causing pain somewhere in your back, you can take a block and place it underneath you and almost like sit on the block. That's going to give you support. But if you don't need it, don't use it. Don't use it if you don't need it. And then one more breath. And exhale, release. Okay, from here we're going to bring the hands forward. We're going to go and attempt bakasana or crow pose. So in this forward fold, hands are forward, and we're gonna bring the knees up towards the armpits. So remember, if you've never done Bakasana before, I don't expect you to do it today, but I do want you to feel the transfer of weight. Right now the weight is on the feet. As we come forward for Bakasana, you want to transfer the weight from the feet to the hands. And as the weight comes to the hands, you look forward, keep your belly in, keep your spine kind of rounded, and then try to take one foot off the floor and maybe the other foot off the floor, trying to find your sense of balance. If you fall out of the posture, you just have to bring your feet down, so there's nothing to worry about. If you're worried about coming forward, just keep that belly drawn in and keep that lift in your whole entire body. So try one more time if you fell out. One more time, trying to come forward, finding your sense of lift, bringing one toe up and then the other. Get those toes to touch, lift up, stay up, hold, hold, and release. Good job. Back to our squat. Find your squat pose again. This time I won't turn to face you, I'll just stay sideways. Elbows inside the legs. Lift the chest. Find the nice openness in the hips. From here, we're going to plant the hands on the floor and we're going to slide back until our hips come down. Good. So moving on to a little bit of core work, we're going to go into our Navasana postures. We're going to try to do 5 in a row. Do the best you can. I'm going to build them up, so the 5th one is the hardest one, but I know that we can do it. So first one, toes on the floor. You can hug your hands behind your thighs. And if you hug your hands behind your thighs, make sure you're staying lifted through the spine so that there's a little bit of a curve at the tailbone. You don't want to be perfectly upright like we did in Dandasana position, right? There's a little bit of a curve. So keep that little bit of a curve. Pull in tight. Belly's working. Pull in tight, hold it in. Hands can stay there. Slowly lift up, find balance. So if you found balance pretty easy, then you're going to try to lift the feet off the floor, or parallel to the floor at least. So you're looking at your toes. You're like, okay, I got this. I can do this. Draw the knees towards each other. And then finally extend the arms forward, palms facing up. Now this might be as hard as you can do it today, and maybe you can only do it for a few seconds and then you gotta grab the legs again, but see if you can hold for 3, chest lifted, shoulders back, bring those knees in towards each other, 2, gaze at your toes, look at those pretty toes, give them a wiggle, and 1, cross the feet, bring both hands on either sides of the hips. All we're gonna do is lift the butt up, hold, and bring it down, good. Second set, remember I said we were doing 5, so let's make it strong. This time, if you don't need to hold the legs, you know you got it, come right into it. Lift the chest, hold it. 5. Again, gaze to your toes. You're balancing right between your sacrum and your tailbone. It's that spot right there, keep it strong. 3, kind of a slow counter. Almost there. 2, draw those knees in towards each other, keep it lifted. And 1, cross your feet, hands on either sides behind your feet, lift up, hold, and come down. Good job, that's 2. 3 more, we can do it. I'm gonna add on a little bit to this one now. Arms extend forward, come up. So we're gonna find our balance here. Once you feel pretty stable and balanced, go ahead and straighten one leg, just one leg. Hold, 3, 2, and 1, bring it down. Don't come down yet. You got this. Left leg up. 3, If it's shaking, it's all good. I'm shaking. 2 and 1. Hold it and bring it down. Good job. This time for the lift, instead of bringing your hands behind the feet, see if you can bring them forward just a little bit. Come up. Maybe 1 foot comes off the floor. And down. Good job. Okay, 2 more. Here we go. Lengthen through the spine, arms forward, lean back, find your balance. Remember, you want to pull the femurs into the body, draw in through the belly, stay strong. Lift 1 leg. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Other leg. Lift. 3. Stay strong. Reach forward with your fingertips. 2, and 1. Hold there. Hold. 3, 2. I know you're tired. And 1. Good job. Bring it forward. Hands in front. Lift up. See if you can take the other foot off the floor. And slowly come down. Okay, our last Navasana. You probably guessed it. We're going to try to straighten both legs up in the air. So what we want to try to do is avoid a big boat that's unstable. We're going to drown in this big boat. And we also want to try to avoid having it be too tight. But if it's too tight, that's a good problem. All right, here we go. Toes on the floor, fingertips on the mat. Lean back slightly, lift the feet. Arms forward. We're going to hold. And when you're ready, straighten both legs. 5, chest up. 4, use that core. 3, shoulders. 2, pull the femurs into the hips. And 1, good job, curl it in. Again, you can have the hands behind or in front this time, your choice. Lift up, lower down. Woo, nice work. Extend the legs forward. We're gonna go for a forward fold just to even out the spine. Hands can be behind you as you pull yourself forward, or you can reach forward to the feet. Hug yourself so that you're folding your body like a laptop. Upper body folded against the lower body. Let your head relax. And slowly come up. All right, moving into some back bending. Go ahead and scoot forward so that you have space behind you to lay down. And once you're there, what we want to try to do is flatten the feet on the floor so that the feet are nice and flat. And you can... So as we bring the feet in towards the hands, ponytail's in the way, we're going to lift up through the pelvis, keeping the feet parallel to each other. Now if you notice your knees splay out to the sides, you want to maybe place a block or a big thick book between your thighs to keep your legs parallel to each other. As you lift the hips, you can wriggle under, maybe interlace your fingers, or press your palms flat into the floor. So it's up to you how your hands move, but see if you can get your hips the higher up possible. Keep your chin tucked in and your gaze towards your navel. Hold here. 5. Stay strong through the legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Good job. You can repeat bridge pose again, or if you like, you can come into a wheel. So if you're going to repeat bridge, just repeat the same thing we just did now. If you're coming into wheel, bring your hand so that your fingers are pointing towards your shoulders. Once the fingers point towards your shoulders, don't let the elbows fall out to the side. So keep them up, pointing towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath, inhale, and press into the feet as you lift the hips up. So when you push into your hands, try to bring the top of your head to the floor. And you can stay here. This is a good way to start your bridge. But if you feel ready to push up a little bit more, lift through your arms and you can come up onto your toes as you find adjustment, lifting up, eventually letting the heels come down, pressing the chest through. Find your posture. Hold 3, 2, strong arms, and 1. Release the head, tuck the chin in, lower down. Take a moment. You can let the knees fall in towards each other and bring your hands to your navel or to your belly. Just notice how your body's breathing for you. Acknowledge any sensations that may be going on with your body. Moving into our shoulder stand. So if you don't have shoulder stand in your practice, or if you're not capable of doing it just yet for whatever reason, neck injuries or anything else that's going on with you, you can just bring the legs up and stay here in this leg kind of perpendicular to the floor. This is giving you an opportunity to give the feet higher up and then the heart down, so it like moves the flow against gravity, or with gravity, but against normal gravity where everything's going towards the feet. So this is a good place to stay. But if you do have a shoulder stand practice, then what you're going to do is you're simply going to press into your elbows or into your upper arms and lift your hips up until you can come into the balance. Now most of us will be somewhere back here in our shoulder stand. So what you want to do is kind of wriggle the shoulders under, wriggle the elbows underneath you, and see if you can press straight up. Drawing the navel in. As you can tell, it's hard to talk in this posture because there's a compression in the throat. So breathe here. 5. Point the toes, lift the legs, see if you can go any higher. 4. 3. 2. And 1. If you're in shoulder stand, see if you can come back into halasana. If your leg's up the wall, just stay there for a few more breaths. Relax into it. Oh, I found my bell. I'll move it out of the way. If the toes are flat, you can lengthen your arms. This is a good pose to do after our shoulder stand. But if the feet don't touch the floor, just keep your hands at your lower back. So if you could be somewhere like this with your feet elevated. Be mindful not to move your head around too much in this posture. Keep your chin tucked in and keep your gaze towards your belly button. And then finally, we're going to roll back down and we're all going to meet in that legs elevated posture where we all started. Breathe here. One more breath, inhale. And with the exhale, let's lower the right leg towards the floor. Keep the foot flexed, keep the left leg engaged. So you're making like scissors with your legs. Slowly lift back up, right leg, lower left leg to the floor. So then we're starting off with the arms down by the sides. I'll give you an option in the next set to make it a little bit harder. So once that left leg comes up, your option is to elevate your arms so that your backs of your hands are touching the floor over your head, and then lower right leg. Keep the tailbone tucked under so that the lower back stays pressed into the floor. It just hovers a few inches off the floor and comes right back up. If you found that was too hard, just bring the arms down by your sides instead. Other leg. Lower down. And let it hover. And inhale, lift it up. Good job. Let's go for a happy baby here. So bend the knees on both sides of the shoulders. So just open the knees out. Arms inside the legs. Grab the pinky toe sides of the feet. Lift the heels. Find your happy baby. You can sway side to side if you wish. Or you can rock front and back. Or my personal favorite, stillness. Oh, the gift of stillness. Stay here for a few breaths, winding down our practice. And then slowly let's let the soles of the feet come together and down towards the floor. So as the soles of the feet come down, let the knees open out. And just take a moment. Gravity is going to be pulling the knees down to the sides. So if you have really tight hips like I do, they're probably going to be somewhere elevated off the floor. No biggie. It's okay. You can let one hand rest on your belly, one hand rest on your heart. And as you breathe deeply, become aware of any thoughts, any sensations that again may be coursing through the body. And sometimes these sensations and thoughts are not physical, sometimes they're emotional. So just take a moment to feel whatever is happening with you today. One more inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. And before we go into our Shavasana, Release the hands. Bring the hands to either sides of the knees and slowly bring your knees back together. Give yourself a nice hug. So curl in. You can wrap your arms around, grab a hold of your elbows, forehead to the knees, squeeze your whole body. Give yourself the tightest, most loving, most beautiful hug ever. Thank yourself for doing this for yourself today. And then slowly we're gonna extend everything out. One last thing for our core. Everything reaches out, out, out. You're like a canoe. Everything's extending. Tight, tight, tight. And exhale, release. Let the hands float down by your sides. Let the feet flop open. You can add a little bit of a wiggle to your body if that feels good. And just hold here in Shavasana. Let the breath move deeply in and out through the nostrils. Surrender to whatever is. Oftentimes we want to fight what we feel because it's uncomfortable. Because it shows a side of us that perhaps we don't like too much. But our practice teaches us to be aware, to look at the things that aren't as pretty. Not to change them or to get rid of them or to suffocate them in any way, but maybe just to be invited with the invitation to transform them. So as you relax here in Shavasana, every muscle, every tendon, every cell, every ligament in your body softens. Become aware of what is in need of transformation within you. And slowly with the next exhale breath, let's bend the elbows, bend the knees. Separate your feet as wide as your mat, so the pinky toe edges of your feet are touching the edges of your mat. And then just let your arms kind of come out like a T and both knees fold to the left. You can look to the right if that feels comfortable. And you can make your arms a little bit more engaged if you wish. And slowly come back through center and we'll do the other side. Fold the knees to the right and gaze to the left. Slowly coming back to center. We're going to rock and roll up to a seated position, or you can roll onto your side and come up, however is comfortable for you. Scrolling up. Make your way to a nice, comfortable seated posture. And we're going to wrap up our practice today with just a few minutes of meditation. So a lot of times when we do our yoga practice, everything's moving. We're focusing on alignment, we're focusing on strength, we're focusing on where the positioning of our body needs to be. So for the last few moments of our practice today, let's just try to focus on the breath. Let's try to focus on stillness. So relax your hands to wherever part of your body is comfortable. And if you like to come into a mudra, you can bring your hands, thumb and index fingers together, releasing the other fingers out. This is chin mudra. Soften through the shoulders. Find a sense of stillness within your own physical body. So maybe you can start to think about the sensations in your toes. And kind of scan through your whole entire body, bringing that awareness up to the feet, the heels, the ankles. Awareness of sensation in your calves or shins, in your knees, in your thighs and hips. Sensation of your body as it touches the mat, your pelvic floor, your belly, your abdomen, your rib cage, your chest, your shoulders,
the length of your spine, all the muscles around your spine, your biceps and triceps, your elbows, forearms, wrists, hands and fingers. What sensations are going on there? Take a swallow, let the tongue go limp in the back of your throat and feel the sensations in your throat. Your chin, your jawline, cheeks, lips, nose, bridge of your nose, your eyes, your forehead, your entire skull. Even your hair. What does your hair feel like? Once we've scanned through the body, then start to bring awareness to your breath. A slow inhale. Gentle and easy, welcoming it in like a present, like a gift. A slow exhale, soft and steady. Take a breeze. Continue to breathe in this way. Every breath an invitation to stay present in this moment, in this here, in this now. Perhaps there are sounds going on around you. Dog barking, a car revving outside your window, clock ticking, birds chirping. Whatever sounds are right there with you at this moment, bring them into your field of awareness. You are rooted and grounded within your physical body. With the gift of your breath, you stay calm and present. And with awareness of your external surroundings, you are here, in this now. As we exhale, we can release the mudras if you haven't already, and then draw the palms towards each other at the center of the heart. And just take a moment here to feel true gratitude for this practice, for all the amazing and beautiful things in your life, the people, the circumstances. And even in this time of confusion and uncertainty, you can stay rooted and grounded in this gratitude. Gently blink your eyes open, awareness back into the space. Seal our practice today with the sound Om. So let's all together take a nice exhale, releasing any tension from the body. And then inhale for Om. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and with strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with ease. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Namaste.